Program Certification at the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries. We are today in Mount Elgon Hotel, Bali, and we have just launched an anti-counterfeit campaign which recognizes that counterfeits affect all of us. Fake products across board, from consumer goods through medicines, through agricultural inputs, affect all of us. And we made a commitment that to fight these fake products on the market does not have to be a one entity kind of affair. That along the chain, we need the government actors, the politicians, the political leaders, the private sector, the end users, the media, the judiciary, the police. All of us are involved in this. And today, this is a great milestone that 3 radio stations have voluntarily agreed to ensure that they sign this cooperation agreement with the government, with the development partners, and ensure that they are going to promote the message about fake products across board, but particularly we have a focus on agricultural inputs, because when fake agricultural inputs are bought and used by the farmers, their labor goes to waste, the production and productivity is close to zero, and it does not promote the increased production of raw materials to service industries, to create jobs in value addition, and therefore it is something we want to fight very vigorously.
How big is that, especially in our country?
Counterfeiting or fakes is a big problem, and it is so big that it's actually a global phenomenon. That literature will tell you that globally, this problem is about 3% of all the trade in consumer goods. But right here in Africa, this problem actually ranges between 5 to even 30% of products being defects, and this is across many of the consumer goods. But what is our biggest issue here is with agricultural inputs, because this is where most of the Ugandans are employed. So if somebody buys fake seed and fails to germinate, buys an agricultural chemical or as a pesticide or a fertilizer, and it fails to perform what it was intended to perform, then you are putting the livelihood of that household at stake. You are putting their food security at stake. And therefore, this has to be fought very vigorously, because if we are to promote increased production to feed the industries, increased production to solve the issue of food security at household level, then we must ensure that all farmers have access to quality inputs. Thank you. As government, we have put in place many interventions. One of them is digitizing the business processes in the registration of the dealers, in following up the post-registration processes. But the bigger effect, intervention by government, is by engaging all key actors. Like you saw today in this meeting, we have the academia, we have those who deal in these products, we have the political leaders, we have the technical staff. Now, these kind of campaign that we have to make sure that even the end users have a say on the quality that they are buying, we believe that it's actually the bigger thing than anything else, because the end users should be able to reject inferior quality, should be able to hold accountable anybody who is selling them products that are of inferior quality. And I think you have seen even the police have been involved in this meeting, the judiciary, so that if all of us act in concert, we can be able to The challenge, if you can see with the counterfeiting, is that it is driven by huge profits, where somebody is selling you something that is not, has not invested in research, has not invested into anything else, but is just able to sell and make the money. Now, such organized people or organizations are difficult to beat, especially when you find that even the end users, the culture here is to look for the cheapest product. And these guys also now they try to confuse the end user to see if the getting product is at a certain price X, they will lower theirs by a few shillings or hundreds of shillings, and then it becomes very enticing to the end user to buy. But in the end, he's going to lose because of that. So it is a whole range of issues that it is driven by very organized groups looking at big profits, but also the consumers are not well organized to demand for quality and also to hold those who have sold them these things accountable.